So these people just use DARVO on me. It's all they're doing right now. It stands for deny, attack, reverse victim, and offender. A manipulation tactic that's commonly used by these abusers and narcissists and these trolls avoid all accountability to flip the narrative against their target. That's all it is. It's baseless because there's no conversation. There's no, you're not even trying to have a conversation with me, man. You have no reason to try and have a conversation with me about this shit because you know that I'm telling the truth. So they have to deny it. They'll flat out deny any wrongdoing, even when you're clearly under attack, even when you clearly have ample evidence, if you ask me, throughout all time, suggesting the homelessness, suggesting to the cardiovascular effects, suggesting to the fact that I couldn't surface my thoughts, suggesting to the fact that I was suffocating down to the cellular level. This stuff caused diabetes, arsenic, look it up, it does these things. But they harassed me, unrelenting harassment, because I told him to leave me alone. That later on down the road, after I got my stuff together, that I'd want to get together and stuff like that. I never wanted to get together with him ever a fucking again. After what he had done to me prior, and me feeling the way I was feeling, and I shouldn't have to question anybody's love for me. Never. Nobody should have to question anybody's love for them. And they'll act like they never did anything bad. They never said anything bad. They'll say you're imagining things. It's all in your head. You're just being overly sensitive. You're being overly dramatic. Oh, are you going to cry? They'll even make fun of you and just stupid stuff, really. How could you even pretend to be a good person? But this gaslighting is meant to make you question your own sanity, your own reality, and even make it look like to other people you're overreacting and getting them to doubt your experiences even when your experiences are true and you have reason to stick up for yourself. So their next move is attack. So they deny, they attack. Once you stand up for yourself, they shift blame. Everything that you're saying onto you is you're the reason why all this is happening. And they even said in one of their videos that God wills it. God wills these things. No, God gives you free will. People will these things. There's no God willing the murder of because such and such person wanted to just get away with murdering Matthew Murden. No, that's not how it works. So once you stand up for yourself, it looks like them insulting my intelligence, my character, my creativity, anything I wanted to take up in my life, my workplace, my love life. Just basically calling me a simp for making fun and making fun of my emotions, just directly to discredit my message, directly discredit my voice, allowing other people online to just see what they're putting out there and go, oh, well, maybe he is actually crazy. Maybe he doesn't know what he's talking about, because I've put out a lot of information, and people should go back in my information, to see all of the places that I was in, having to maneuver the way I did, just to figure this stuff out. There's no way that anybody should have to feel like they have to run. They have to figure out how to get away from people that are sincerely hacking and hijacking to identity theft, come and clean up my house, just like they did with my NTF money and many other areas in my life, to clean up my house, sell it, be able to steal away my whole value in life. Fuck you, motherfuckers. And then they're going to mock my faith, my mission with Heartworks, to undermine my confidence, to undermine what I'm doing and trying to do as far as that stuff goes. On top of it, maneuvering this has made it impossible for me to utilize my time in any normal, organic fashion at all. Having to consistently fight just the energy attacks and the attacks on my phones and the attacks on my data. Just those things alone. You're spent up in time that you otherwise wouldn't have to spend your time in. You could do other things. You could have had fun with your partner, or you could have had fun with your friend, or you could have been just doing something else with your time and energy other than working to subvert the hack that these people are doing inside of your life. They do this to get you emotional, because if they can get you into a reactionary state, they can twist to use your reaction against you. This is reverse victim and offender. This is where they flip the entire situation to make themselves look like the victim and paint you as the aggressor. The whole thing. They're saying, and this is what they're doing. They're saying and painting it up as though my experiences and me coming out with my experiences is flipping it on them somehow, or smear campaigning them, when anything I'm just doing out here is legitimately looking for help, is legitimately just telling my story. I legitimately felt like I almost died from these motherfuckers enough times covertly to know that when I did surface my memories and I could remember him putting stuff in my food, remember him sprinkling stuff over my foods, remember him putting stuff in my drink, remembering the way I felt after not knowing my passwords and going through everything I went through. Covert warfare. Not knowing where it's coming from. You really think that I don't have the right to be hostile, coming to find out that it's been coming from him? And then my own brothers can deflect on how they have been a part inside of this crime against me. Wow. See? And that's what they'll make it out to be. It's like, you're really hostile. No, I was just in a situation really giving my opinion and having a hard time getting through it. And if you're bullying me and not able to see that, I have the right to just surface my thoughts to my mouth after this fucking long. You are a criminal. You are seriously making me out to be somebody I'm not, and you need to make me out to be somebody I'm not to protect y'all's own crimes. It's a manipulative move that they make, meant to disarm you and make others see you as the real victim, so that they could continue their attacks against you without any accountability to face up against what they are doing to you. And why they do it, trolls especially, ones with real no identity or any real content, only baseless and very unenergetically able to even try and figure out the truth, because you already know they're siding with the perpetrators of the crime. So they're obviously going to doubt your responses. They're going to thrive on control. They're going to try and throw you into emotional responses, which it's hard not to when you're in this situation. It's hard not to. I was just poisoned up all my life periodically. It was really fucking hard. So if I don't have the right to be a little bit hyperbolic there, when they're draining all of my time, energy, skills, my agility of mind to get me an adult myself in my reality and turn the conversation of their own games of power to be power hungry over where they took hold in my life through poisons and pushing me around. I think it's okay for me to try and flip the script after this many years, especially when prior to all of this, I was wanting to talk to all of these people. Hell, I would still love to talk to all these people. I just know that they have no place to hold accountability, because they're holding any accountability. It's an admittance, and it's illegal what they did to me. So, how to counter this, DARVO, is just to stay grounded in your truth. Don't make them question what you already know is real. Refuse to engage emotionally the best you can. Their biggest weapon is getting you into that reactionary state, because if they get a reaction out of you, they're going to flip it on you and use it. You're in a war that's for like 20 years. It's just unrelenting. So to me, it doesn't make sense that cops can't even be cops and people can't even do real fucking work regarding a fucking premeditated murder over my life. But whatever. These are Freemasons in control of all of these places that I'm actually trying to step up the game against. Meaning I'd create a campaign that would go and step up against these people that are putting all that money in offshore bank accounts. Nobody gets shit. The whole war crime isn't, or the whole drug war isn't actually to help people get off of drugs. It's actually to keep the cartel in business and keep Americans on drugs. And if you're too stupid to see that, then you're just too stupid to see that. They deny these things, they attack you, and they try to play the victim in the situation because you're making classic moves. They're not making any classic moves. You're stepping up the game. They're staying in the cogs of the wheels of the system that's just broken. It's just a cog in the whole ability of that kind of camaraderie that I would have otherwise wanted with my friend, with my partner, with my family, you know. But next thing you have to do is set boundaries. Block and mute them. Refuse to let them control your focus. Take your focus back. Do whatever you have to do to take your focus back. For me, it's been really, really extremely hard because, again, these poisons don't make it easy for you to reason even through a thing like this. They don't, or anything at all. So it was like really, really hard to surface my own thoughts and then having my memories come back to me and domino rally effect kind of thing about all of the things that they had been doing to me the whole time that I knew about prior at times even, and got wiped of my memory, and even 2 or 3 times of having that memory wiped from me, and all of those memories kind of, and it's not going to make you a little hyperbolic? Yeah, right. But they only win if they can get under your skin. The best revenge you can do is continue to build, keep speaking your truth, and don't let them shake you from your mission. If you ask me, I'm doing a good job with what I've had handed to me. I'm doing a really epic job of what I've had handed to me. I'm realizing I look like, my shadow makes me look like, what's that guy's name? Auschwitz. Whatever. Ugh. I hate that guy. I hate that guy. Oh. Auschwitz and shit, man. I mean, I'm just shaking at these ideas in here because these people really, they should not be getting away with this. And I don't care what kind of money they have. I don't care, because they shook me to the very core. And if people aren't able to look at my situation and actually get involved before they're just sitting there like taking side, Jesse Lee is innocent and all this other bullshit, whatever. You haven't even had one simpleton conversation with me about it. And as soon as I was calling him out on it, I told him, no dude, I don't want to fight you. Honestly, I just want to get together with you and understand you. I told him, I think you're hurting. I think you're hurting really fucking bad, and you don't know what to do about it. But having a conversation wasn't an option. And the reason it wasn't an option is because having a conversation about it meant that it would have been him having to defend his own facial expressions and everything the way he was in my fucking yard. Like, what the fuck are you gonna do coming up on me dude, go over there. Like, there's enough space here where we can work separate areas. You don't need to be sneaking up on me, making me feel like what are you gonna do to me, man? Like, sincerely, that's what my question was. Like, what were you gonna do to me? What were you gonna put on me? He took back his rake and put up against the house. Like, get the fuck out of here, G. I know all this shit's been you the entire time. I'm done. You're not gonna get away with doing this to me, G. I told him, I said, I don't care about the law either, because I've been in dress this whole time. Imagine having a conversation with the guy saying that I've been under this dress and I went through homelessness and I went through all of these things because of the dress that they were leaving me under, or these players, and these covert spiritual warfare, the gang stalkers or whatever. And imagine it's him the entire time, and him saying to me that no, I don't think you'd have the right to do that. You don't think for a second I said that I would give a fuck? You think that I should give a fuck? After everything I've gone through, you think, like, if you went through that, would you give a fuck? The government doesn't want to do anything for you regarding and now with this, I mean, with me coming out before, why aren't you? My question at fucking 18 years old to that officer is, why can't you treat me the same way that you would treat anybody else out here? Why can't you? Why is it like an absolute, you cannot treat me the same way that you would treat anybody else out here and help me get justice from this? Why is my justice system treating me any different than it is treating other people? Why is my justice system not working the way I was taught in school? Why? Anyway, this is what they're doing. Seamang and all that kind of, all those people or whatever. And if you ask me, it's all of them themselves. They're a bunch of pennies to the dollar. That's what it means to me. Because as dirty rags in Christ, we go to Christ, we become that. Losing our flesh to fill our vessel with the Holy Ghost and believing it. But I don't think you know anything about that, do you? You can only imagine. That's sad. That's truly sad. Especially when I believe in this world, right now, today, we could all be loving each other so much differently, and people would be living phenomenal lives. But see, the makers didn't want that. Just keep the truth at bay and keep you nice and blind and subservient and obedient. It's a sad situation we got out here, because I see it this way. If we don't break past this and we allow the kids of this next generation to grow up and this stuff isn't fixed, they're slaves. They don't know peace. They don't know freedom. They don't even have an idea of what it would have been like. And that's the situation that we're in. So if you don't want to think that that's a situation that we should all actually back out of these things to focus on, I don't know what's wrong with you. You're not seeing the war? Well, I mean, which part of the war aren't you seeing here? They need to make this war on me because of what they've done to me. That's the way it is. Anyway, thanks everyone for being here. Please support me in my work. Peace.